Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, good morning.
हाँ सर सुबह सुबह न्यूज़ सुन रहे हो?
अरे ये कहाँ से आ रहा है? अरे नहीं, हाँ सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, वो एड्यूरिया का स्क्रब मास्टर रोल्स लगाया था सॉरी।
Oh God.
जस्ट देख रहा था मैं क्या क्या बड़बड़ करते हैं लोग।
मुझे लगा कि आप सुबह सुबह न्यूज़ सुन रहे हो.
अरे नहीं 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 मैं चैट बॉक्स में डाल दूँ। इट्स अ गुड ट्रेनिंग मींस पहले भी सुना था and it's a good overview rather than in-depth knowledge.
Okay. Who is this Zoom user?
Mostly I believe Leena ma'am.
She's the host.
अरे नहीं आपके ओके सॉरी 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 सॉरी। अरे आपकी जगह वो कैसे क्या होस्ट हो गए? अरे यार मेरे को रिस्टार्ट करनी पड़ेगी शायद मीटिंग। नहीं अरे अरे
लीना मैम. लीना मैम. लीना जी.
इज ऑन मेरा राइट क्लिक का ही हो गया।
लीना जी.
Yeah, I'm here.
Leena ji, we need to request you something.
Ji.
Ravindra ji, please guide her how she can make
Yeah,
me host.
could you go on attendees? I believe I made you host by mistake.
Oh. So do I go more?
Go to attendees, participants.
Oh yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, I see you.
Left click on Richa.
Left click on Richa. Okay.
And there's a mute and others, right? Or more.
Yeah, more.
Click on that more and make her host, please.
Okay.
Pardon me for this.
No, that's okay.
Yes, Richa ji, you are there in charge. Please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Leena ji.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. So who all are remaining to join? Usha and is this Rudra or Madhuri ji who is there?
Rudra is there.
No, that day Madhuri ji was using Rudra's machine. So is this Rudra or Madhuri ji?
Mostly, I believe Madhuri ji.
Because who's this?
This is Rudra.
Oh,
Rudra. Okay, good. Because it would be in continuation to our last session of Scrum. So that's why like it would be a bit what to say, bit difficult to understand, or it will be a like midways for newcomers, and it would be in continuation with our last session of Scrum. Okay. And for today's session, can I take your 1 hour or so time in your morning, like in your Sunday morning?
It should be fine with me.
Okay. Why I'm asking you, because I can take only 1 hour's class today. I guess I have not told you, but I'm also pursuing my MBA, and I have classes by 9 a.m. and that would be your like 10 p.m. onwards. So that's why I'm asking you for this.
Yeah, it is fine with me. I don't know about others,
No
but
problem.
I'm okay.
No problem. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll schedule it like around 9 o'clock would be fine. 8:30 or 9 o'clock would be fine.
9 is better.
Okay.
Monday morning?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Okay. 9 is good.
Okay. Okay, I'll just discuss this with Ravindraji and we'll create it. Okay, we'll create the schedule and we'll send it across. Thank you so much. Okay.
Understood, ma'am. I'll create the meeting right away. 9
Okay.
a.m. Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I'll create it right away.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And any doubt, anything, or you want any kind of revision until we have done? Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So any doubt, anything? Like we have covered till now, what is Agile, why we should use Agile, and Agile manifestos, like their values and their principles and Agile benefits, and when to use Agile versus when to use Waterfall. What is Scrum, facts and fictions about a Scrum, and about the Scrum roles. So any doubt on these things? Anyone having any kind of doubt?
Richard,
Or
this is
require
Deepika.
any?
I'm sorry, I think I'm attending this is first time, so I guess I missed the whole thing. I did not know that we also attend the Saturday Sunday one.
Yeah, I know. It's Deepika.
Yes.
Yeah, Deepika, you are the like participant for the second batch. So I have clearly mentioned in the starting of this that this would be in continuation to our last Scrum session. Okay, so don't worry, we'll be covering this thing again in like few weeks. But first, I have to finish this.
Okay.
Then we'll start it from the scratch again.
So should I attend this one or should I not?
See, right now, what's your background? Are you from IT or not?
No, I'm not from the IT. I'm from the banking background,
Banking
financial.
background.
Mhm.
Okay. So, like, it's okay, you can attend it, but you may find it very difficult to understand.
Okay, but I'm gonna try. Still listen. Let's
Yeah,
see. Okay.
try it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, okay. So, Rudra, Pavni, Lina ji, and Usha. I don't think Usha is not there till now, right? Rupanjali, any doubt on anything?
No, ma'am. Until now, okay. Anyways, we are in product owner and scrum master cycle of that, right? So until now, I don't have any about any. I don't have any doubts about that. So I'm totally fine with that.
Okay, okay,
I'm good too.
okay. Rudra?
I'm good too.
Okay, anyone else?
Good so far. Maybe some
Super.
practical workshops will help us, I believe. Once
Yeah,
we
that is
start
there.
working on it, it will be
Yeah.
easier, more easier. Yeah.
No, we are planning to have the workshops by next weekend. That's why we want this to get completed as soon as possible. So hands-on will give you more understanding of this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Basically, these are the practice. This is the practice. So practice, like you can understand practice better when you practice it actually, right? So okay. So if nothing is there, then can we just proceed further with the Scrum timelines? I've completed product owner's roles and responsibilities and Scrum master's roles and responsibilities. And also development team's responsibility, right? Or not?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
So I've completed team's responsibility as well. And now I have to start with the Scrum timelines. Okay. This is our Scrum framework. So what are these three? The orange circles. What are they? They are the roles of a Scrum. Right? There are only three roles in a Scrum: product owner, development team, and Scrum master. Right? Remember? Okay. So which all ceremonies we do have in a Scrum? We have a sprint planning, we have daily Scrum, we have a sprint review, and we have sprint retrospective, right? And what else is there? Product roadmap and vision statement. What is vision statement? Vision statement is something which clearly depicts about your product, or in very few words, right? As we have seen the vision statement of Reliance Industry, business is good for development and development is good for business. Or which was there? Nokia. What was the goal of, what was the vision of Nokia?
Too small villages.
Yes. Where it gone?
I think
See, now I'm not. What is the vision of Nokia? To transform a big planet to a small village. Google's vision is to provide access to the world's information in one click. When should we create vision? When should product owner create the vision? With, like, prior to start the project, prior to start working on it, right? Once we are clear about our goal, our visions, vision is what? We have seen something and we have planned accordingly, right? That is what the vision is. And as per that plan or as per that view, we work to achieve our goal, right? That is the literal meaning of vision. So when should we create our vision? Prior to start walking or working towards our goal, right? Anything you are getting, or it's just going like you are not understanding anything? Or you have not done the revision?
That is the correct thing, I believe.
Nobody has done revision, right? That's why everyone is blank today.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. See, we are having our session after a week, so that would be a challenge. So each time whenever you are going for class, you should get revised your previous classes, or you should revise your notes at least. It's okay. Now you understand what is vision. So when should we create our vision? Prior to start working towards the goal, right? So now I'm telling you what is the timelines for Scrum? What should we create prior to start our sprints? We work in a sprints and a Scrum. So what all things we need to do prior to start our sprints, right? So first we need to create vision statement, provides a concise description of the goals of the project, which help the team to stay focused on what is important from the organization point of view. Clear? Vision statement क्या होता है? Vision statement is something by which we can tell that what exactly our project is. Like Google's vision. Google's vision, uh, everything should get in, all the information should get display on one click, right? It's just a matter of a click and you should get all the information. That is what they want to explain by their vision. So whenever the team is working on Google's project, they should keep this thing in mind that our vision is to get everything on single click. We should not ask user to click for multiple times to get their information. Just a one click, and we should be able to display the information, whatever is required. Right? Product roadmap. What is product roadmap? Is an initial visual timeline of major project features to be delivered and is normally created by the product owner. What is what is roadmap in general language? Like, don't consider that you are into IT or somewhere. What is the roadmap in your life?
Guidance and step to follow to reach our goal. Steps involved.
Steps involved or like milestones you have created for your like career for next 10 years. After 1 year we'll do this, after 2 years I should be having this much thing with me, right?
Yeah.
These kind of milestones we create for ourselves. After 5 years I want to see myself to be there, right? These are your roadmap for your career or for your life.
Yes.
So the same way, product roadmap, like after 4 months, if it's a project of like for 1 year or so, so after like 4 months, I should like product owner should get the delivery of these many requirements, right?
Mm.
Or after each month I should be able to get these many requirements to get like delivered to me as in working condition, right? So these are the product roadmap, the roadmap which you have created for your life. The same way, product owner can also create the roadmap for the product. It's not necessary, but in ideal cases it is there. Like client, the product owner says after a month or after 2 months I should be able to get these many users, these many requirements to build up and should get provided to me. Why it is there? Sometimes it's like product owner does not, it's a new uh, it's a no new like handshaking or like new vendor to the product to the client, so they don't have that much reliability on that vendor. So that is one reason why we can keep the product roadmap. The second reason could be like the product owner want that to deliver to their clients, right? Or he want to check whether the product is going like he has the correct vendor or not. So many things could be included while creating the product roadmap, and it is purely created by product owner only. Internally, what we use is totally different. That doesn't called as a product roadmap. That is like we have created the roadmap, but it is not visible to the owner or to the product owner. Like we do, like we plan something, but we generally don't publish it to our outside to our family members, right? Some goals are like there about which we don't want to tell to anybody apart from our family, right? Like if uh, you have planned about getting promoted in next 2 years or 3 years, so you generally don't share this information when with anybody else in the office or in your like friend circle or like something. You just want it to be shared within your family only, that I am working towards this goal, right? So the same way, if we internally, like the development team wants to create the roadmap to check whether they are on the right way or not, they can create that for their own, but it is not published with the product owner. It is nothing related to the business. It is just for their track. That's it. Okay. Stories or user stories. What is user stories? Gather user requirements and turn them into deliverable features. That is also written by product owner. Like I told you that requirements could be like a single thing which we have, single statement which we have to again cut down into small pieces, and those pieces are called as user stories. I'll explain the user story in depth in my next slides. Don't worry about that. Okay, user story is something like on which you need to start working on. It's a very small piece of the requirement. Like you have got, as we have taken the example of creating e-commerce site. Remember that? This is a e-commerce site wherein these all are the requirements. We had 7 requirements, right? Login feature, search, selection of product, payments, categories, delivery mode, and notification. And then we have segregated login feature into these many parts, right? So these parts can be considered as the user stories. Okay, and user story itself is the complete feature. Like it should have complete flow in it. It should not be like we want to display, we want to give the you use it for the login option, then it should not be like just like create a button to login, create a button to click on by which the user can get login. This is not the user story. User story is As a user, I should be able to log into the system so that I can access the system. Okay. I'll tell you this in detail. So don't worry about this now. But the only thing is just try to understand when we create this. So one thing did you notice that each and everything which is related to product owner is being done prior to start working on it. Okay, so whatever is with the product owner thing is completed prior to start our work on that product. Okay, product backlog index. What is product backlog index? All these stories make up the product backlog. Do you remember product backlog? Product backlog index. This is a product backlog index. Okay. So these all things till this part, product backlog index, everything should get completed prior to start working on sprints. Okay. Any doubt on this? Anything which come up into your mind like you want to discuss?
I'm good.
Good. Anything and everything related to product owner should get completed prior to work on it, right? So next is what comes under sprint activities. This is the prior to sprints activity. Now sprint activity. What is them? Sprint planning meeting. You know about this? What is a sprint planning meeting? Held to plan what will go into a sprint. We as in complete Scrum team sit together and decides what all things we need to take up from the product backlog index and have to work on it for the current sprint. Okay. Sprint backlog index. Stories picked up during the sprint planning makes it. What all things we have picked up from the product backlog index will create a new backlog index which is called as sprint backlog index. That is the backlog index for the current sprint, right? Sprint task. We create user stories, or like we have picked up the user stories. Now we need to think about the task. What all things could be there within that user stories, right? As we have taken the example of login button, login feature, login functionality. So what all tasks could be there, right? Or I should take another example, like or in login feature only, what in a nutshell, what all we can think of about the task, like we need to develop it, we need to test it, right? We need to have the security testing also on it, right? So these are the tasks. Like we need to develop this is a task. So developer will create the task for themselves. What all are the tasks which is related to this user story? The developer will create the task for himself for that user story. The tester who is there in our development team will create the task for themselves, saying these all things I need to take up while I'm testing it. right? Testing it, while testing, what all tasks could be there? First, first the test case writing. The second would be the test case execution, right? These could be the tasks for that user story. So development team breaks stories into small tasks. Now it's dev team's responsibility to create tasks for those user stories. Product owner has created the user story and hand it over to the development team. Now development team's responsibility to create or like to break it into small pieces as per their feasibility. Daily scrum, you know about this, that on daily basis we need to meet with the entire team excluding the product owner. We don't club product owner into this ceremony. This ceremony is purely for the team, for the development team. So the only Scrum Master and Dev team remains into this meeting, this ceremony. We don't include product owner. But if product owner wants to get included into that, then you don't have any option. You need to include him as well. Okay. Sprint review. At the end of the sprint, sorry. At the end of the sprint, dev team demonstrate the completed stories to product owner. During our sprint review, what we do, whatever task we have completed, whatever user stories we have completed, we'll give the demonstration to the product owner and get the feedback. What he thinks about the completed user stories. Whether he liked it, whether he is going to accept it or not, or he has some kind of suggestion around this. So these all feedback we get during the sprint review meeting, sprint review ceremony. After that, what comes? Sprint retrospective, the last activity of the sprint, where team reviews the sprint and looks for the way of improving. Okay, it is based on empirical process control theory. So what is empirical process control theory? It says we are continuously analyzing our path and continuously finding out the best path, right? So in retrospective meeting, what we do, we analyze what we have done in our last sprint, like the sprint which got completed now. So we analyze what all things we have done, what went well, like we do in our general life. If we once our like a function gets over, what we do, we sit together and we think about that function, what went well, what could be improved, and if possible next time if we have the same kind of function, what all things we need to keep in our mind so that we'll not face these kind of issues again. We do this, right? We do this or not in our daily routine?
We do this.
So the same way, we analyze our sprint, that what all things went well, what could be improved, and any action point for the next sprint, like by which we can avoid the hurdles which we have faced in last sprint.
Any
Okay.
issues or anything, we can avoid it.
Yes.
Okay.
So that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can you explain me product backlog index one more time, please?
Product backlog index is nothing but the complete set of requirement.
Okay. I
This
think
is
I
your
asked
product
you this
backlog
question
index.
last time also, and I
It's okay. It's okay, Usha. How many times you want to ask me question? You can ask.
okay.
That is not a problem with me. You can ask for multiple times. It's okay. You all are new to this industry. You'll take time to understand all these things. So it's okay if you ask the same question for multiple times. It's okay. And we are there to support you. We are there to explain it to you. If you know everything, then why are we here?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can ask it for multiple times. Don't worry. Don't hesitate to ask.
Actually, I missed one or two classes, no, so I'm just trying to get what I can get it best.
It's okay. Devji has already shared the
Yes.
recorded sessions link. You can anyways go and like revise it. And any which ways, we have started with the second batch. So very soon we'll be having like we'll start it again. So
Yes.
if you want, you can join the classes again as well. No worries.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay. So
Mhm.
is it clear now, Usha? What is
No,
product
it
backlog
will be
index?
better if you explain one more time.
Product backlog index is nothing but the set of complete requirement of the product.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like it's maybe is it like all the work that needs to get it done that is on our
Mhm.
list, right? That is an open item that needs to get it done.
Like this is
All
our
the,
product backlog index.
okay.
Okay. This is our product backlog index. What we have in this, we have the requirements around what I want to have an e-commerce site. This is what the initial requirement or initial idea which came into product owner's mind. Now, what all things would be there to create an e-commerce site, right?
Okay.
So what will you do? You'll think about you or as an product owner will think about the all the related features or functionality to e-commerce site, right? These all the functions of the e-commerce site,
Okay.
like login feature, search feature, selection of product, payment options, and categories and delivery modes and notifications. So many could be there. So we have taken for only for these 7 features, right? These are the features or functionalities of the product, right?
Yes.
So this is the set of these requirement is called as the product backlog index. Okay.
Okay. The set of requirements are called the product backlog index.
Yes.
Set of okay. Okay.
It's the index. Index means that you are index what is me I mean what? Like if you see the index of your book, any of the book, what you can see the
Numbers.
topics which has been covered into that book
Yes.
and on which page it is, right?
Yes.
So here what we have in our product backlog index, we have the features listed out, what all features should be there in our product with their priority, like on which priority it should get created.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Now is it clear?
Yes.
Each time whenever you have been asked with this question, you'll remember about the book index.
Yes. No, after seeing this sheet, because we have done the assignment on this 752, so now I remember.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So where were we? We were here. So yeah, are you clear with the like activities of prior to start a sprint and during the sprint, which all activities are there? Are you clear with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Vision.
Okay.
Yeah. Only the names are different. Otherwise, all the steps are same. Like we'll vision it, then we'll plan it, then we'll make a roadmap, and everything is same. Only the words are different. Here it's called
Yes.
the sprint activities. Otherwise, it's the normal process we do for any of the activity.
Yes.
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 Okay.
It is like when I have started telling about this Scrum, I have told you, or Agile, told you that Scrum is Agile is based on the general human behavior. We
Yes.
have picked up the behavior of your day-to-day routine, and we have come up with the Scrum practice or with the XP practices. Right? We have lot many Agile practices, right?
Yes.
So they are like Scrum is based on the similar kind of behaviors, like set of similar kind of behavior, and XP is another set of uh, that kind of behavior, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's the way we work in Scrum. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next is Scrum ceremonies. Okay, I'll tell you what all ceremonies are there. Now tell me which all ceremonies are there or meetings. Meetings, like the literal meaning is meeting, but we call it as ceremony in Scrum. Okay, this is a ceremony which we do. Okay, we don't call it as meeting in a Scrum, we call it as ceremony.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
we are having a meeting, but we are saying it as ceremony.
Okay.
Okay, so which all ceremonies are there? We consider the sprint also as a ceremony. Okay, so sprint is a set of all 4 ceremonies. Okay, it can be of 1 to 4 weeks. It's a collection of dev team efforts and maintenance of product backlog index. Okay, any doubt on this? I guess I've tell this about like for multiple times, but even if you have any kind of doubt on this, you can ask.
There are 3
You know,
ceremonies. Which one is the 4th ceremony? It's in the first line, it says sprint is a set of all 4 ceremonies. But in this page, it's 3. So on the next page, there is one more?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
many more. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. So do you remember this framework?
Yes.
So this is this is a ceremony. This is a ceremony. This is also a ceremony,
Okay.
and this
So
is
each step is called a ceremony. Each step, we'll just cross one step and it's called a ceremony.
you can consider like that also.
Okay.
This like sprint planning is a ceremony. Sprint planning is a meeting. We called it as a ceremony. Sprint review is a meeting, but we call it as a ceremony. Sprint retrospective is also a meeting, but we call it as ceremony. Daily scrum is a meeting for 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but we call it as ceremony,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Product backlog refinement or grooming sessions. Those are the sessions, but we call it as ceremony,
Okay.
right? So this way. Okay. Any other doubt?
No, I am good. Thank you.
Okay. So next comes a sprint planning. What is a sprint planning? The very first ceremony of the sprint. When you start your sprint, that starts with the sprint planning. Okay. We need to conduct this ceremony on day 0 or on day 1. What is day 0 and day 1? We have told you that our sprint should be of 1 to 4 weeks, right? So
Yes.
if we consider that our sprint is of 2 weeks, that is very common, common aspect or commonly used, that we consider our sprint for 2 weeks. That is like, it's not very short, it's not very long. So that's why we consider it for 2 weeks. And there are other reasons to consider sprint as a for 2 weeks. Okay. So 2 weeks means 10 working days. So if we consider that we have our sprint will start by Monday and that will end up by by Friday of the next week. Okay.
Okay.
So day 1 would be the Monday, first day of your sprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is day 0? A day before day 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Friday of previous week. So either you have to conduct the sprint planning of previous week's Friday or onto Monday when you start your sprint. Okay.
No.
What happened?
Okay. So, planning we will start when we have a project. Okay. So we will call it a 0 day before we have the ceremony of this planning part. So if we are not having any, if we are not doing the meeting for the planning, and we are just thinking about, or we are just making it by ourselves, that is day 0.
So day, like day 0 is like the previous day from where we are going to start our sprint. Like, from Monday onwards, your sprint will get started.
Yes.
Okay. So Friday of the like previous week would be the day 0 for that sprint.
Okay. It means nothing. It's just a way of
Yes.
saying it.
Yes. It means nothing.
Okay.
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 It means nothing.
Okay.
Okay. There is one more thing by which people get confused. There's a term called as sprint 0.
Mm-hmm.
Sprint 1 would be from where you start working on the product. What is a sprint 0?
Maybe it can be the day when we got the project, but we have not started the work.
No,
No?
it's not like that. Sprint 0 is like you are preparing your team and everything to start working into sprint. So
Okay.
that's why we give another sprint to the entire team to check up whether everything is in place to start working on the sprint by next sprints.
Okay. Sprint start करने से पहले it's a we'll just do all kind of analysis, like everything is prepared and now we can start the sprint.
Yes, it's like preparing
Prepare
yourself.
ourselves. Okay.
It's preparing yourself to start working into sprint.
Okay.
Okay, that is not your responsibility. but just understand what it is, so that if you get question during your interview, so you should be able to answer on it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So sprint planning is the very first ceremony of a sprint. Scrum team as in all the three roles: product owner, development team, and a scrum master decides the items to deliver in the sprints, in the current sprint. Okay.
Okay.
In which way they will deliver, like the priority, like how they are going to deliver it, and these all things should be considered during, should be decided during your sprint planning. You are planning for your sprint. You're planning for next 2 weeks. How you are going to work on. What all things could be there to work. Okay? Okay? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Daily Scrum. Daily Scrum means we are meeting up on daily basis. We are as in development team and Scrum Master only. Why Scrum Master? Because Scrum Master is the facilitator for all the ceremonies. So he would be there. He or she would always be there in all the meetings. And why do we need Scrum Master in our daily Scrum? Because if the team is having any kind of hurdles, then it's Scrum Master's responsibility to get the solution for it. Okay, whether it's related to infrastructure, whether it's related to technical thing, whether it's related to like people management, anything. Okay, that needs to be get rid by Scrum Master if the team members are not able to like find a solution for it. Okay, like Scrum Master is like the it's like in your family,
Like
uh, your like your elder brother or like your elder sister who gives you all the kind of support, right? How you have the bond with your elder brother or sister, with your siblings, like you behave as a as a friend also. And if you have some kind of like things which you don't want to share with your parents, he'll not share it with the parents, right? You have the, what do you say, that
like a,
secrets and all,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you are in trouble, then what your brother or sister will do, he'll give you the suggestion how you can get rid from that problem, right?
There's a supporter and a helper.
Yes, the same way Scrum Master do over here. He's always been there to support you, to guide you what you need to do next. Okay, so during your daily scrum or daily stand-up meetings, what you do, it should be strictly for 15 minutes. It should not go beyond 15 minutes. That's why it is daily stand-up meeting. In other words, we call it as daily stand-up meeting. Why stand up? Why not sit down meeting? Because it's not more than for 15 minutes. If you allow people to sit and then discuss, then what will happen? It will go for long, right? And if you keep your entire team stand up and say, now discuss, then what they will do, they'll try to finish it off as soon as possible, right? So that's when it's a daily stand up meeting. You can do chit chat with your friend by standing up for longer time, but if you have a like group, like your colleagues, they are standing together, then What do you want to do? You want to finish it up fast, right? And it is strictly for 15 minutes. If people start talking about it for long, then it's a Scrum Master's responsibility to cut it down. Whether he needs to find out the way how we can continue that discussion after this Scrum meeting. But daily Scrum should get completed within 15 minutes. It's daily on same time and usually on same location. Okay. Dev team usually coordinate the work for next 24 hours. What we do in this meeting, each person of the team, development team, will tell what he or she has done yesterday and what is their plan for today. Okay. And if any kind of hurdles are there. Okay, only 3 things during this meeting. What the person has done yesterday, what is the plan for today, and any hurdles or any impediments. Okay, this should be the agenda for daily stand-up meeting. If the meeting is going out of these 3 topics, then anyone can cut that person, like anyone can cut the cord and say that, boss, this is not relevant to our daily stand-up meeting. Come back to the daily stand-up meetings agenda. Okay. And if it's like it's related to hurdles or something and the discussion has started going on, then you can say, you can take the required people can stay here after this scrum meeting and can continue on discussing these things. Okay, anyone from the team can say this, right? Any doubt?
No.
Okay, so then it comes sprint review. What do we do? Dev team demonstrate the sprint work to the product owner. What all things have been worked on? The development team will showcase that to product owner. What product owner will do? Product owner will give the feedback around that work. Okay. And also, like, development team can suggest some enhancements or changes to the work on which they have worked. What has been demonstrated to product owner, the development team can also suggest some enhancements or changes onto that, which could be feasible for end user or is beneficial for product, like good to have in product. Okay. It is also called as the sprint demo. Sprint review meeting is also called as a sprint demo. Okay.
Okay.
Because we are demonstrating our work to product owner. Right. The next ceremony is sprint retrospective. It is the last ceremony of this sprint. We used to have the sprint review, and after that review meeting, we used to conduct our sprint retrospective meeting. Okay. Scrum team reviews the sprint. Usually Scrum Master, what does Scrum Master do? Like Scrum Master can segregate the board in 3 sections, like went, well, and then could be could improve and action item. Okay, we can use the software. Lot many softwares are available to have this retrospective meeting, or we can use simply the whiteboard available in the conference room. Okay, and what the Scrum Master do? He or she segregate the whiteboard into these three sections. Okay, what went well, what could be improved, and the action items for the next sprints. Right. So we'll list out what went well in last sprint. It may be anything like the thank you. Sorry for this. Okay. So it could be anything like, yeah, Rudra.
Oh, I don't know what you pressed, but something got unlocked. I don't-
What, Rudra? I'm not getting you.
So I don't know what you pressed, but there was a lock screen that came up and it showed that it got unlocked. So I don't know what it was, but just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Okay, so you are not able to see my screen?
No, I can see it.
You can now. Okay. It was actually I by mistake I have pressed on numlock. So that number pad was got locked. So that was there. You're talking about this, right?
Yes. Okay, just making sure.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So what went well? So it could be anything like the development team has worked on the functionality very well, or it could be like the product owner has given the support like extraordinarily. It could be anything, right? Or the like we got a very good support from DB people, DBA, or like the testers have done a good job, like they have found more than these many defects on the current feature. So anything could be there, right? Whatever you think that it's a good thing which we have done in last sprint, that should be considered as went well, right? As you do when you have finished your function and then you start talking about that function, that ye acha hua, this could be improved, or like ऐसा किया होता तो ज्यादा better होता. These kind of stuff would be there, right? Once you finish your function. So the same way, it could be anything, like the food was good, right? The similar way, the product owner is supporting us extraordinarily. So that is also a good thing which we have in a sprint, right? So this way could improve, like it may happen that product owner was not available to discuss. It may happen. So, or he is replying late to you. So this should get improved, right? Anything which you think about, like this should be improved to like to achieve our goal, So that could be considered as the could improve thing. Okay. An action item like if product owner is not giving us much time. So what could be the action point for this action item? Like the senior person or the scrum master. It's a scrum master's or the product owner's responsibility to make sure that he is available, he is making himself available from next sprint onwards. So it's an action item on product owner. We can write here that the product owner will be available, will make sure that he is available for solving the development team's query. That is an action item. And who is responsible for this? The product owner. So we'll write here like product owner, or maybe the name, directly name. Maybe for considering, for example, Rudra is the product owner. Okay. So we'll directly write here. We'll not write product owner over here. We'll directly write Rudra need to be available to sort the dev team's query. Okay, who is responsible? Action item is on Rudra. Okay.
Okay.
Or like the testers of team need to have more focus on product. They are not finding out more defects on the product. Then anyone from our testing team like Usha, or maybe when we are talking about testers like multiple people, then we should not consider by their name. What we need to do is QA, or we can say testers should be more focused, okay? Who is responsible for this? All the testers. Okay. Or maybe like action item could be like okay. So otherwise what could be there? Other action item is like we have observed that the code is not very optimized. Okay, how you can get this? Like the senior person of your development team can say that he has found that many of the developers are not writing code in the standard fashion, right? They are repeating it, or it is not optimized. Then what could be the action item? Developers need to optimize their code. Actually, this could be a user story during our technical. Okay, so need to follow the standard coding, like they need to follow the coding standards. Okay. Are you getting it? Who's responsible for this? Developers.
Clear.
Are you getting it?
Yep.
So these are the things which we do in our retrospective. It is not like the only person who is writing over there, or the senior person from the team only can say about what went well and what could be improved, or like action items. No, it's not like that. The entire team can say about these three things. Okay. Okay. Any doubt?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So the next ceremony is product backlog grooming. To keep PBI healthy, product backlog index healthy. What does that mean? Product backlog index healthy. Healthy in terms of we should be having enough requirements into the product backlog index for at least next 3 sprints. Okay. We know that in one sprint we can complete 10 requirements, like 10 user stories, or the 10 items from the backlog index. Okay, so at least 30 items should be there in the बेटा मैं क्लास ले रही हूँ, चुप हो जा. Sorry for this. My kid just woke up. Okay. Okay. So where were we? Okay. So it's like we know that we can complete 10 requirements in one sprints. So in our product backlog index, we should be having at least 30 requirements available in it. That by that way we can say that our PBI, product backlog index, is healthy. Okay. We reorder or like reprioritize our index during this product backlog grooming ceremony. We decompose large and consolidate small items. Like if we can see that the product owner comes up with the requirement like which is very big, so we again decompose it. We cut it in small pieces. And if something is like which is very small, so we club those kind of requirements into one requirement. Okay, during this meeting only. Just a minute. Okay. We discuss about the acceptance criteria for each requirement or each item of product backlog index. Acceptance criteria means what? Acceptance criteria is something by which the what could be the acceptance criteria for login feature? The acceptance criteria would be the user should get should be able to log into the system, right? Unauthorized person should not be able to log into the system, right? There should not security being tested, So these are the acceptance criteria for that particular requirement. Okay. So other example could be like, if you take about the search. So what could be the acceptance criteria for a search? Acceptance criteria would be user should be able to search for product as per category or as per with multiple filters applied. Wait. Okay. And what else could be there for search acceptance? Are you getting my point? Like, what is acceptance criteria by which we can say that this requirement is accepted? If you meet all these criteria, then this requirement is being accepted by product owner. So that is the acceptance criteria. Okay. So we discuss about the acceptance criteria for that item. We also do the rough estimation on the item. Rough estimations like we can by having the walkthrough of that requirement, what exactly the product owner wants by that requirement, like for search. So the team will give the rough estimation on search, like how much, like how complex it is, okay, and how big it is. So based on that, the development team decides that whether it's a big requirement or it's a small requirement or it's a medium requirement. Okay. So based on their technical challenges, based on the requirements complexity, they decides on this. Okay. So these all things we we do during our product backlog grooming session. The next is Slack. What is Slack? Slack is like we are continuously working into sprints, like back to back. Monday the sprint will start, and on the next Friday it gets completed. Then again from the next Monday the next sprint will get started. Okay. So the team will feel very much like they are working continuously. So what we can do is we can give them a break. That is called as a slack. Okay, we can give the team a break for 1 or 2 days to recharge them, like just to give like break, whether they want to, like we can ask them to uh, research on the technologies for this 1 or 2 days, and then we'll start our sprint. So that is the slack. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I need to like break here only. Then again we'll meet in the morning.
Sure.
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 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Sure. 9 a.m. is perfect.
So we
Okay.
are having calls every day?
No, actually, Usha ji, you joined little late. Actually, I am also pursuing my MBA. So
Okay.
I have my classes in next 10 minutes.
Okay.
So that's why I need to break it here only. And then we can continue our class like tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Or like how much is remaining? We are not remaining with much things. Only few slides are remaining. So if you want, we can continue. We can have our class like session in tomorrow evening. That is also fine.
I'm fine with anything.
Yeah,
Richa ji,
I have
Yeah.
plans for tomorrow morning.
Richa ji,
Okay.
tomorrow morning for us it is not difficult.
Okay. So we can have. Okay. So it's okay. We can have our like session on tomorrow evening.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we have to open store early in the morning. It's Christmas time,
Because
so that's why.
That is okay. That is okay.
I'm fine with anything. No
so
problem.
we have
Okay.
no, my
Fine.
question was, do we have class every day? Because we had class yesterday and we never had class on Saturday. So by chance I picked my phone and I saw that okay, we have a class. So that's why I joined 15 minutes late. So
Okay, Ushaji, I guess you were not there in our last Scrum session, right?
yes.
Last Sunday, you were not there. So what happened on that day? We had to start with the new batch.
Every day.
Yes.
So that's why we have started our new batch by last Monday, and we kept Scrum's batch on only on Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, because I was joining the other classes, so now I got
Mhm.
confused because I am joining classes and everything is starting from the scratch. And today when I
Huh.
joined, so today is a Scrum class. So I was like, it took me 5-10 minutes to understand what is happening actually.
Huh. So this is what is going on. That
Okay,
on weekdays we are having the new batch, and I need only one more class to finish this Scrum thing. Then we'll have the from next Saturday, Sunday onwards, we'll have the workshop and other things,
okay,
your resume preparation and your mock interviews and those things.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
mornings will be little tight for me actually.
No, it will be
For
on
tomorrow.
evening time only.
For tomorrow actually. So tomorrow we'll have in
Yeah,
the
yeah, it's
evening.
no, we'll have it in the evening only.
Okay, fine.
I'm not remain with much things, only these many things are remaining. So I'll complete this in the evening session only.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So no worries, we'll continue in the tomorrow evening session. I'll ask Ravindraji to like close
Okay.
that
Let,
meeting.
yeah.
Okay.
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 Thank you so
Okay.
Thank you.
much.
Good night,
Thank you
everybody.
so much. And
Thank
please
you.
do revise. Please do revise things. Otherwise, you will not understand anything because
Yeah.
it's a break of 1 week. So please do revise each thing.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. All the
Yeah.
best for your MBA class.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. I am doing
Thank
it after so many years. So I don't know how I am going to behave
You'll
over
be
there.
fine.
I'll
You,
be starting from January, so I'm also scared how I'm going to do it.
Yesterday only it got started and their schedule is very tight. Yesterday also we had around 3 hours class and today we have planned for 6.5 hours.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
wow.
Enjoy.
So it will start in 5 minutes and it will end by 3:30 p.m.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Chalo.
now I don't know how I'm going to manage it.
You'll be
You will
Okay.
fine.
do good. You will do good.
Thank you so
Chalo, see
much
you
for
tomorrow.
wishes.
Good luck.
Okay,
Yeah.
then
You
talk to you
too.
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
And good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.